Good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock, so we're going to call this special meeting to order. I would encourage you to turn your cell phone to silent, as I just did, and we'll stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Chris, would you take the roll, please?
Councilmember Berg.
Here.
Councilmember Dalby.
Here.
Councilmember Rowe. Councilmember Stevens.
Here.
Councilmember Myers.
Here.
Mayor Lazio.
Here. I'll need a motion for the approval of today's agenda. So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember Berg.
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby.
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes. We always give citizens a chance to comment on items on the agenda. Is there anyone present? Seeing none, I'll move on to item number 1 then.
Resolution number 181, 2020, approving change order number 7 in the amount of $2,490.42 for the Main Street Downtown Streetscape Reconstruction Project. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 181, 2020.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation is presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Thank you, Skip. Larry Seals, Director of Public Works, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. Arts Council representatives requested the addition of electrical power supply for future sculptures in the 100 block of Main Street project. The design engineer was contacted to review electrical load availability, and then a price increase was requested from the contractor. Change order 7 is the quoted cost to add additional quartzsite boxes, conduit, and wire for the future sculptures. These additional costs will be paid for by the Legacy Foundation's matching of money. Change order 7 increases the contract amount by $2,490.42. The new contract amount sum is $5,210,929.71.
Okay. Are there any questions for Larry about this?
I was just going to mention, Mayor, that I'm on the Arts Council, so I'll be abstaining, but I've reached out to Legacy and offered Arts Council to reimburse that portion from our fundraising if need be, to make sure that we're not taking any money away from any other amenities as part of the project. So I've told Kelly that, and we'll be in conversations to make sure that it's not taking anything away from other items on the project.
And with the bids we received, I think we're in good shape financially. One of the things that I do want to add is this is the time, if you're going to add it, is now. While everything is exposed, it's far cheaper now than in the future.
Yeah, if I could, I'd also ask, and Councilman Berg, since you're on the Arts Council, but you mentioned, Larry, and it reads here, representatives of the Art Council. And typically we get suggestions from boards. And I only raise that because it seems like these days we're getting situations where it's 1 or 2 people making a recommendation. So I'm assuming that this is on behalf of the whole
Yes.
Arts Council.
Yes, this was voted to approve not only the project and the artist and the pieces they're doing was all approved by the Arts Council board, but also approving expending those funds to reimburse was also approved.
Thank you.
Very good. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, take the roll, please.
Councilmember Berg.
Abstain.
Councilmember Dalby.
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Thank you.
Resolution number 182, 2020, approving submission for a REAP grant to fund a multi-use trail from Richmond Avenue and Ferry intersection to Greater Ottumwa Park project, and authorize the mayor to sign the application. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 182, 2020.
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Okay. Larry, go ahead.
This project will provide a safe route from the residential areas south of Greater Ottumwa Park system, paralleling Ferry Avenue and Wapello Street. This project will start at the Richmond Avenue Ferry Street intersection and connect to the Greater Ottumwa Park. It is part of the Ottumwa Bicycle Pedestrian Plan developed and approved by the City Council on November 21st, 2017. Wapello County Trails Council, in conjunction with the city's engineering department group, developed a REAP grant to expand the trail system in Ottumwa as detailed in the attached REAP, which is Resource Enhancement and Protection Project Narrative and Grant Application. This is 100% not to exceed $150,000 grant program, and the city will provide design, permitting, construction management, construction observation as in-kind services. We do have a Wapello County Trails group member here. If you have any questions on the actual REAP grant, she'd be more than happy to enlighten you. We do have a small presentation that we want to give you of just the actual location with a drone flyover. This gives us a good bird's eye view of exactly where we're going. That residential home, which is 618 North Ferry, there never was a connecting sidewalk or trail down past. There was some restrictions at the corner of that residential property and between our traffic light base. There simply wasn't room at the time without acquiring additional property. Again, you've seen the outline we will follow. Basically the roundabout, down around, follow the shoulder down and into the greater Ottumwa Park. That's a good representation. There are some design standards that we have to meet as far as setback away from the traveled edge in this type of trail situation. There are a few unknowns that we're working through, but I believe we've got everything worked out. Kim, would you like to give a few words?
Well, the visual presentation really makes it, because I have had some questions about that. So seeing the marking there and how it connects to the actual park is a good visual there. I appreciate that.
If you go back and you look at the pedestrian bike trail plan, I mean, it lays that out. It's one of the obstacles we've had. There's some other ones in the works, and of course there's property rights and stuff that's probably going to take a little longer to get the rest of the loop done. This will enhance the trail system that is going in along the Milner Street project. That was awarded. We will be bringing that back with recommended awarded by DOT. We'll be bringing that back to council shortly for recommendation.
Wow.
That will go in after the Milner Street project is in, but that ties our school district from Mary Street down to the Richmond. Now we wanted a safe route over to the greater Ottumwa Park area. And it really was kind of isolated along Wapello Street extension, short of going clear down Church and all the way around the lagoon to get into the park system if you lived on the south side residential areas.
And just for purposes of public education, this is a Iowa Department of Natural Resources REAP grant that is due August 15th. So that's why we're having the special meeting today, basically, so that we can meet the timeline the state has set for us. So.
Right. We run up on the timeline, so
Yep.
we had to do this.
Very good. Any other questions for Larry or Kim? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens,
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes.
Passes 3-0. Thank you again. Okay, public. 4.
We had an abstention in the last vote.
Yeah, we had an extension.
Not on this one, though.
Not on this one. 4-0.
It was 4-0, yeah.
Motion is corrected, it's 4-0. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Can't count. At this time, we also provide an opportunity for public input on items of city business. Is there anyone that wants to bring anything up for the good of the city? Before seeing nobody in the audience there, I do want to bring a couple of things to the council's attention for our next meeting. We'll be meeting on the 19th? 18th. Oh, I'm off a day here. Well, when you're out of the office on vacation, it makes a difference. We will have a visit from the Ottumwans for Racial Justice at our regular meeting. They've asked for a presentation on the agenda. I put in your boxes today the evaluation form for Phil's 6-month review. And I'd like you to give some serious thought to whether or not the council wants to entertain the idea of reorganizing the Civil Rights Commission. And I do have some samples, ordinances from other cities, but I'd just like you to be thinking about those things, and we can talk more about them at the next council meeting. So, any comments from council? Okay. If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens,
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes.
That's also a 4-0. Thank you, Chris. Meeting's adjourned.